Today, I'm going to share with you a bizarre yet true incident from the world of marketing that left an entire nation shocked, and it came from none other than the renowned Italian car manufacturer, Fiat. As many of you know, Fiat is one of the most respected automobile brands in Europe, with a legacy of building cars that are stylish, compact, and affordable. But what you may not know is that in 1994, the company launched a marketing campaign in Spain that went terribly wrong, and not just wrong, but terrifying for many. Let's rewind to that year. Fiat was planning to launch its compact car, the Fiat 500, in Spain. Back then, marketing strategies were quite traditional. Companies would typically rely on TV commercials, radio spots, newspaper ads, and billboards. But for some reason, Fiat decided to go down a completely different path, one that would ultimately stir up fear and outrage across the country. Now, imagine this: instead of using any of those conventional advertising channels, Fiat's marketing team came up with an idea they thought would be bold, creative, and unforgettable. And yes, it was unforgettable, but not in the way they had hoped. Their strategy involved targeting women directly, but not in the usual sense. Fiat gathered a list of 500 women from across Spain. No one knows for sure how they got their names or addresses. It's likely through some kind of consumer data list or magazine subscriptions. Then, they crafted a letter that looked exactly like a personal love letter, and sent it anonymously. Yes, you heard that right. These women began receiving mysterious handwritten style letters in their mailboxes. The contents were unsettling and emotionally suggestive. The letter read something along these lines: "Greater than, we saw each other again yesterday. We were on the street. I felt like you looked at me too. I just want to meet you for 2 minutes. And if you don't like me, that's okay. I will still remember those 2 minutes for the rest of my life." To anyone receiving such a note without context, it sounded like a stalker had been watching them. Many of the women were understandably shaken. They believed that someone was following them, watching them, and even finding out their home addresses. Fear spread quickly among the recipients. But here's the twist: the letter wasn't from a person. It was actually a metaphor. The Fiat 500 car was speaking in the letter, as if it had seen the woman on the street and wanted a chance to be noticed. The marketing team intended it to be clever, romantic, and attention-grabbing. However, without any hint that it was from a car company, the message had the opposite effect. Over 5,000 copies of this letter were sent to women all over Spain. The reactions were immediate and intense. Many women felt threatened and stopped going out alone. Some were so disturbed they contacted the police, fearing they were being stalked by someone dangerous. The campaign, meant to promote a car, was being perceived as a nationwide stalking scandal. For 6 days, there was no clarification. Fiat remained silent while the panic escalated. Then, the company sent a second letter to the same group of women. This time, they revealed the truth. The letter was a marketing stunt to promote the Fiat 500. The letter clarified that the car itself was the admirer, and that women were now being invited to visit the nearest dealership to meet the vehicle. By then, the damage had been done. Thousands of women were outraged. Many felt violated, tricked, and emotionally manipulated. Some couldn't believe that a multinational brand could resort to such tactics. The controversy quickly caught media attention across Spain. Public outrage surged, and many women even threatened to take legal action against Fiat. Eventually, Fiat's PR manager in Spain had to step in and issue an official apology. He explained that the campaign was never intended to frighten or harass anyone, but simply to be a bold and creative approach to car marketing. But this explanation didn't satisfy everyone. The idea may have looked clever on paper in a boardroom, but in real life, it caused real emotional stress. To make amends, Fiat sent another batch of letters, this time containing formal apologies to all the women who had received the earlier letters. Despite this, several women still took Fiat to court, accusing the company of emotional distress and invasion of privacy. Eventually, a court in Spain found Fiat guilty of misconduct and imposed a fine of around $1,000, a small financial penalty, but a major blow to the company's reputation in Spain. To add insult to injury, the marketing campaign didn't even boost the sales of the Fiat 500 in the Spanish market. In fact, many people boycotted the brand. The car failed to gain the popularity it had hoped for, and Fiat's image suffered a significant blow in the country. This campaign is now remembered not as a brilliant marketing move, but as a cautionary tale of how misjudged creativity can backfire horribly. It's a reminder that marketing should never come at the cost of people's comfort, safety, or peace of mind. So friends, next time you hear about a creative marketing stunt, remember the Fiat 500 story in Spain. Sometimes, thinking outside the box needs a reality check. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, feel free to follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description below.